Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Kelly, here with my first topic for you, and that is forgiveness. Yeah, this is the first one for a reason. Forgiveness is important because it's the foundation to anything else that you can possibly do for yourself in your life. Forgiveness is needed for you to be able to move forward. And if you're always looking back and feeling upset over someone, over yourself, then you know it's not going to happen. So you have to really learn how to do this. This is going to take you some time. Okay, and time is your best friend when it comes to forgiveness. A couple of things we need to mention before we begin. There's a three-step thing about this. This is a three-step process. Is first of all, forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about you. It is taking your control back of your feelings and thoughts that maybe somebody else has been printing on you. Okay? So when you forgive that person no longer harbors any control over you. Okay? It does not need to be verbalized, although it can be. It doesn't, it's not required, but it can be. So that's another thing, meaning you don't have to say it out loud. You just have to feel it and think it. And even in your behavior towards that person will change. Once you feel it and you think it, your behavior towards that person will change, and they're going to relax and you're going to relax, and all is well. Okay? So that's really super important. Forgiveness isn't also, it's not about being snooty or arrogant. That's a judgment. And we're not dealing with judgments here, okay? We are dealing with how we're feeling, okay? So, and trying to acknowledge the other person's feelings too while you're at it. But it's not about judging. So if you feel like you're in a position where you might be judged because you're forgiving a person, that's your own fear of judgment. Don't let that happen. It's okay to you have to be able to say it's okay for you to feel that way, whoever you are, but I still feel the need to say this to you. And take a deep breath and say what you need to say, okay? So the first step, as probably already feeling like she's going to say it, she's going to say it. You need to forgive everybody, okay? Especially significant people in your life. People that were left a huge imprint on you, who impacted you greatly. Maybe it's parents, maybe it's siblings, maybe it's uncles, maybe it's a caregiver, maybe you were in a situation where you were in a foster home. It makes no difference whether it's biological or not. But if there is someone significant in your life who influenced you, either positive or negative, that person influenced you for a reason, and you need to forgive that person. How? Oh, that's the hard part, right? Like I mentioned just a few seconds ago, when you are just kind of thinking about it, going, you know what? I need to be okay with this person. I have to see this person every day, and I need to figure out a way to just, whatever it is, it's done. And I forgive them for it. You don't have to say it to that person. Although, if you do feel you want to have a conversation, that's even better because now you are working on fostering a relationship again that might have been a little bit broken. Okay? So, but be treated tenderly. Communication is going to be another topic. Okay? But for the sake of forgiveness, it doesn't necessarily need to be spoken. It can be unspoken. Okay, so go through old photographs if it helps you. It's a great idea. If you're like me, you keep all your old photographs. If I'm a sentimental person, so I have photographs of me when I was a baby, and me and my family, and on vacations, and I have lots of photographs of that. And so I go through them and I go, oh, look at that, look at us, wow, we really looked really funny back then, like just have fun with it and just remember that that's part of your history. And if you come across a photograph of someone who negatively impacted your life, really just look at that photograph and just take a deep breath and look at that photograph one more time and go, you know what? He was really tough on me, but I learned a lot from him. Right there, you just forgave him. And that's what it is, okay? So those are little tips that I can help you with. Do try to communicate if you can. That'll be another topic. Second point. Just because we have these experiences that you've had with other people, they're called whatever events that occurred. We all are individuals, and the event occurred that was crisis inducing. Sometimes it's a no fault zone, and no one was to blame, not really, but stuff just happened and occurred, and everybody didn't know how to deal with it, and maybe they did not deal with it as appropriately as they could, or as best as they could, and so you really have to kind of look at that, whatever happened, whatever event occurred in your life, and go, wow, that happened. Wow, we survived that? Holy cow. Remember that time? By doing this, you are accepting that event. You're accepting what happened. And that's in a way of forgiving the circumstance. You're forgiving the circumstance that occurred, because sometimes it's the circumstance that makes everybody go haywire. So forgive it. Say, you know what, that happened. Whew. And look at us. We're still standing. Yoo-hoo! And if you can find the funny in that, then you're in better shape, because that's another extra bonus in finding the laughter of a tough situation and saying, hey, we really did survive that. That's awesome. Wow. And we're still standing. Cheers, clink, and there you go. You know what I mean? So that's perfect. All right, so the final step, there's a lot more in my book than this, but I'm trying to give you a briefer version. And this is the tough one, and that is to forgive yourself. We are not blameless. We're not just victims of our lives. It's not all the time everybody else who's done things to us. Sometimes we bring things on ourselves. And when that happens, and a lot of times what we do is we feel guilty. Correct? I mean, I know I felt that feeling. I was raised Catholic. It is, oh, mea culpa. So, that's what I'm talking about. We have to find a way to forgive ourselves for anything that we've done, or, again, even perceived as we've done something. Okay? Perception is also an important word to remember about this. Sometimes we think we've done bad. We think we've done wrong. But in reality, we didn't. So perception. So even if you perceived yourself as doing something wrong in your past or in your present, say, whoa, what did I just do? Oh my God. And find that place of forgiveness. Like, well, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. And you'll get mad at yourself. Ever get mad at yourself? I get mad at myself. Oh yeah. You're not alone, okay? I'm a work in progress just like you. And I've gotten mad at myself for feeling too much for a guy, or guilty for a marriage that just didn't work anymore. And even though we tried to make it work, and even though we made every effort to make it work, we're just two individuals that were going like this. He's still a good man, and I'm still a good woman. We're just not good together anymore. So we all feel that feeling. Now here's some tips about this. And I'm going to tell you this quite candidly, that if you are trying to go through this process with me, and you really want to make some changes in yourself, and in this process with forgiveness is a little scary for people. You know why that is the case? Because I know why this is the case, because I'm guilty of this too. So don't think I'm picking on you, because I'm not. But we need to leave our pride at the door. Pride. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that's sin, pride. All right. Pride is the one thing that will hinder your progress, okay? So leave it at the door. Come come with a nice big breath in and out and just try to find this place of openness in your heart and in your mind so that you can come to a better realization for yourself of what you need to be and to become. All right. So that's so, so important. Leave the pride at the door for all this stuff because it's not going to help you. It's only going to hurt you. All right. And one, so what, now that I've said that, now I can say this. Because you've left pride at the door, then you'd be more willing and open to some of these ideas that I have for you. Well, the most important is not even an idea. It's a really important one. It's for your mental health, right? So I would like you to please consider speaking to a third party who is an objective third party, someone who might be a licensed clinician or a therapist. Uh, a medical doctor can refer you to someone who can help you. And no, one size does not fit all. If one person doesn't work for you, you have the right to go back to your MD, your primary, and say, hey, I need a new one because that one is just, we don't gel well. So, because having someone who's an objective third party to help to illustrate to you the big picture for you can help you figure out your misperceptions about yourself and why you felt guilty and was it really your fault. So that's really good. That's what that's useful for. Going to a third party too who is objective is also going to help you because they're not laced with their own feelings of the situation that you might have lived. So as a result, your experience is your own and you don't have to feel that worry that that second party, that third party person who is objective, is not going to feel weird if you say something. You know what I mean? So, for lack of a better way of describing that, sometimes we want to just say everything to our loved ones who are in our circle, and they are completely. They have their own set of stuff, and they don't know how to respond, or they may judge it. And you can't be worrying about that judgments right now. You want to be able to forgive yourself of the things that you've done. And if they are legitimately things that you've done to contribute to your own unhappiness, this third party person is going to help you get to that root of that problem. I really, really sincerely hope that you take that good advice. I went to a therapist twice in my life. One for a work-related reason, and one when I was a teenager. So, and I want to let you know that both experiences for me were very good. And oh yes, and when I was trying, and we spoke to someone for a marriage counselor too. So there's three times. And each time, even though we think, well, they didn't help at all. No, they did because they allowed you to speak in an uninhibited environment. So they did. Their way of helping is to let you go and let you go verbally. And then suddenly you're figuring things out. And they just give you little things to think about and give you objective information for you. So try that. Please, please, please. That's a huge thing. It's going to help you feel so much better. I promise. It'll help. Okay. Forgive yourself. You can even go right into your mirror at home. These are little tricks you can do at home. It's not even a trick. It's called positive self-talk. So for every negative thing that you thought you did, try to make a spin on it and say, well, I also did that. You know, going right up to your mirror and say, you know what, I forgive you. It may sound stupid. It may feel weird, but it does eventually, it won't feel so weird. The positive self-talk is a huge piece in everything that we're going to be talking about in this entire series, and it's woven into all of the chapters of my little book, and it's so important. A friend of mine told me a while ago that I have a way of cheering myself up. Why do you think? Because I've spent so much time as a single person alone, so I had to figure out a way to cheer myself up. It's adapting to your environment. For me, it's adapting. And you can do that too. And I found it to be so beneficial to spend that time for myself. And I know that that will help for you. But figure out that place of forgiveness for yourself. It may be a simple thing to forgive, and it may not be a simple forgiveness. But you can also make it a part of make this a part of your plan too. Is if you feel you want to forgive yourself, sometimes it's best just to go to that person that you feel you've wronged and say, "I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant for that to happen." Right there is a way to help you to forgive yourself. And when that person says it's okay, it allows you to forgive that incident. So it gives you permission. Okay? So these are the 3 points. And before, I don't want to go too long, much longer now, because I want this happy little video to upload properly on YouTube here. But I just wanted to give you some pointers. And if you continue to like what you see and you continue to believe in what I say, then please hit that share, hit that subscribe, and talk it up with your friends. There will be another chapter coming up, and the next chapter is going to be on coping mechanisms. Okay, so we have coping mechanisms. All right, that's what's coming up. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and always end this with a smile. Okay, peace out.